This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 13th day of July in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 3 vendors of the Stabroek market have been slapped with charges in connection with the multi-million-dollar heist that took place last weekend at the Seepersaud and Sons jewelry store, which is located in the same Stabroek market. This morning at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, 31-year-old Tyron Parks, 60-year-old Clifford Rodney, and 58-year-old Albert De Freitas appeared before the Chief Magistrate and were not required to enter a plea to the charges related to the heist. The court heard it between the 2nd and 3rd of July at the Stabroek market. The 3 vendors broke into the Seepersaud Mirage and Sons jewelry store and stole $20 million worth of gold and diamond jewelry along with $2 million in cash. The police prosecutor objected to bail based on the fact that all 3 of the accused have pending matters before the court. The 3 men reportedly confessed to the heist during questioning by investigators, who laid out evidence against them. The attorneys representing the 3 men asked the court to grant bail, claiming that the men were tortured and forced to offer confessions. They did not provide any medical report or evidence pointing to the men being tortured. The magistrate refused bail and remanded all 3 men to jail. The Seepersaud Mirage and Sons jewelry store has been in the Stabroek market for 4 decades. Following the heist over the CARICOM holiday weekend, concern was raised about security of the market. The matter will come up again in court later this month. On the police blotter, a police constable attached to the Tactical Services Unit Force Headquarters was arrested this morning during an intelligence-led operation. The young policeman, who has been identified as Delon Alexander, was nabbed with more than 45 pounds of marijuana on the Coven John Public Road as he was driving to the city. He was the only person in the car. The bus was carried out by the members of the Guyana Police Force, and news source understands that they had been tracking the policeman's movements over the past few days after suspecting that he may have been involved in illegal activities. He's expected in court soon. Efforts to reform Guyana's national payment systems, which commenced more than 4 years ago, will soon be supported by legislation. The legislation primarily seeks to address an existing and outdated system that falls short of meeting the needs of the economy and financial markets. The National Assembly today debated the National Payment Systems Bill, which makes provision for ensuring there is efficient, safe, and sound means to conduct and transact and transfer funds in Guyana. The National Assembly debated the National Payment Systems Bill, which makes provisions for ensuring there is efficient, safe, and sound means to conduct transactions and transfer funds across Guyana. Minister of Finance Winston Jordan.
Hence, the report recommended that the Bank of Guyana should design a national payment system development strategy, build capacity for real-time monitoring analysis of national payment system activity, and establish mechanisms for containing risks.
Jordan said when compared to the financial systems around the Caribbean region, Guyana was in fact playing catch-up, but he welcomed the bill which supports the financial activity and financial sector development, advancing the use of electronic payments and contributing to the financial risk mitigation. Opposition Member of Parliament Nigel Daramlal opened the debate for the opposition and took credit for the introduction of the national payment systems, which he said commenced during the PPP's term in office.
That these modern financial bills, including this one today, all had their genesis in the PPPC government. The minister also is only implementing, and I'd like to remind him that he's only implementing what has been conceptualized, designed, and set in motion by the People's Progressive Party Civic.
The bill also seeks to introduce legislation for the establishment, regulation, and oversight of a national payment systems and provides for the establishment of the National Payments System Council. And finally this evening, the Ansa Mcal company is teaming up with the Education Ministry to support various education initiatives. Today, the company handed over cash vouchers and product hampers to the students who gained the top 10 spots at this year's Common Entrance examinations. Additionally, the company will also be honoring the top 10 students in every region with the same gifts, according to a representative from the company.
We are always ready to partner with the Ministry of Education to promote education, and Ansa Mcal prides itself in supporting the development of youths, and equally so, rewarding the efforts of sterling performance. Our company recognizes that our responsibility transcends that of profit making, but rather to truly engage and enrich our communities we serve.
The Education Minister and the Chief Education Officer both offered thanks to Ansa Mcal and also encouraged the students to continue to be leaders as they move on to their high school life.
This is a very good example of teamwork and partnership with government and the private sector. And we know that in the case of education, we have to have all on board. It takes more than a village to raise a child. It takes the effort of all of us here in country to work towards the development of education. And so I'm very, very happy to partner with Ansa Mcal this morning. And I trust that you enjoy your August vacation. I look forward to hearing great and better things as you move into your secondary school journey.
So we trust that as you go on to secondary education, as you go on to tertiary education, and you continue to gather information, you will remain in Guyana and help to move this country forward. So I think I needed to say that up front, and that's why we want to recognize you.
Over 14,000 children wrote the common entrance examinations this year. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.